evening.
You need to start without a quorum.
No.
No. I think we're waiting for a quorum.
And it's not my fault this time.
This is the City of Tumwater Civil Service Commission meeting Thursday, May 9th, at 5:30 p.m. This evening, we do not have a quorum, but we are going to move forward and go through the agenda, answer any questions. As the Secretary Examiner, I do have the ability to conditionally approve the lists and the eligibility lists, the exam plans until the next meeting. So we can go ahead and get started. Commissioner Shard.
Yes, let's see, first item on the agenda, the roll call. Blake Chard,
Michelle Sutherland, Secretary Examiner.
John Wicks, Chief of Police.
Brian Hurley, Fire Chief.
John Crimmins, Assistant Fire Chief.
okay. We'll bypass approval in minutes because we don't have a quorum. So let's,
Commissioner Shard, I do have 2 changes to the agenda.
okay,
We did hold oral boards for entry-level police officer on Tuesday of this week. So I'd like to include it in your packet is the April 2024 entry-level police officer eligibility list. I'd also like to add now the May 2024 police officer entry-level eligibility list.
okay,
So I'd like to add that, and then
so added.
thank you. And then for number 12, the lateral FPO, Fire Prevention Officer Exam Plan. I do have an edit to that one, so I'll be replacing that with another document as well. Very similar minor changes there, but still a few changes. So.
Will you please point those out when we get to it?
Yes, I will.
All right. Okay, so status of April and May eligibility lists.
Going
Did
to
you get
share the
that
screen
message?
here.
I got a message from Chair T that he's having difficulty getting on, but he should be joining us shortly.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can share that.
Got the minutes from March. Okay, here we have the civil service eligibility list status for May of 2024. It shows the date established, expiration dates, and then the positions themselves. And I don't have any changes to this list at all.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to
Here we have Commissioner T
gentlemen.
logging on.
Sorry, I was having difficulty with Zoom. my iPad doesn't work, so I have to forward the email. I kind of sent you guys a email a few minutes ago. I think you didn't see it. That I was struggling with technology.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. Welcome, Commissioner T. We are at the moment going over the status of the civil service eligibility lists for May of 2024. This just notes the status of the list that we currently have.
Okay. All right.
And then we'll be moving on to the police officer entry level list.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Please proceed.
Okay. So we have this list that's noted May of 2024. I do have an addition. I will pull that one up on the screen from the oral boards on Tuesday. And I will share the screen here momentarily for that list. Sorry, it's taking me a minute opening documents.
While you do that, let me go grab my notes. I have jotted down some notes about the agenda and minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, this was the addition to the packet. This is now the updated police officer entry level eligibility list for May of 2024. You notice that this has 14 people on the list. The outdated one, I believe, had 10. So this is the updated list and seeking approval for the police officer entry level list.
I move we approve the police officer entry level for May 2024.
You'll second the motion. Go ahead, Commissioner, if you've been chairing this, go ahead and continue.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is passed.
All right, we're moving on to the, let's see, the entry level firefighter eligibility list. This is the most recent one that we do have for approval, showing an expiration date with April of 2025. And it currently has 22 candidates on this list. Also seeking approval from the commissioners regarding this list.
Michelle, was this list, was it recently updated? Was it presented also last meeting in March?
This list was not presented in March.
Got it.
And we did not have a meeting in April, so that is why it is part of this packet.
Okay, got it. I'm good with the list. I don't have any questions, and if there are no comments or question, I will move that this list be approved. So
I'll second that motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on from the entry level firefighter eligibility list to the police services specialist 2 list. We have 7 candidates on this list.
Do you have any
this was
questions?
last updated in the last meeting in March, right?
This was updated after the March meeting. So it does have the March date on it, however, the list itself was updated after the meeting.
We didn't approve any version at our last meeting in March.
That is correct.
Okay,
See, any further questions? Seeing
that's all I
none,
have.
you like to make a motion?
The only ask I have is if we didn't approve it in March, the approval date, I will change that if to reflect more accurately to say May. If we choose to approve this, will that make sense, Michelle?
It does not, the date does remain March, so as secretary examiner, I did conditionally approve this list in March. However, we are now
Got it.
seeking full approval from the commission.
Got it. Okay. All right, in that case, I will move that this police services specialist 2 be approved.
Okay, I'll second that motion. Any further debate or questions? Seeing none? Go ahead.
No, I mean, the police services specialist 2 eligibility list, yeah.
Okay, motion is,
I don't have any questions, so I would approve, I would say yes to the motion for approval.
okay. I will move the motion forward. Blake, with an aye vote also. Motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to the lateral police officer list. This was also a list I conditionally approved in March of 2024 after the previous meeting was held, seeking approval of the commission for these 3 candidates.
I don't have any questions.
Okay. I move that we approve the lateral police list dated March of 2024.
Second motion?
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Okay, the next list we have for the commission is the paramedic firefighter list. The examination date was April. The approval date, of course, is May 2024 through May of 2025.
Any questions?
And is this also a list that you have provided your provisional or conditional certification? Approval for certification, Michelle?
This one is not. This one is just up for your certification and approval today.
So when you have the examination date of April 24, and then the approval date, you didn't mean that in April 24, last month, there was an exam conducted using this plan, did you? I mean, there was a exam conducted as a result, came up with this list?
Correct.
The exam plan has been approved, that it's not an issue, basically.
Yes, the
For
exam
this,
plan
okay.
was approved at one of our prior meetings.
Okay, got it. Well, thank you. I will move that this paramedic firefighter eligible list be approved.
I second the motion. We'll call for the vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Okay. Next, we have the fire department assistant 2 exam plan. The posting went out May 10th. or it goes out May 10th. It closes May 24th at 5 p.m. For the Department Assistant 2 position. This is the exam plan that we're seeking approval for.
Well, a couple of questions on this exam plan. So I noticed that there are 3 phases, 1, 2, and 3. So 1 consists of 40% of the final score, and then phase 2, I take that phase 2 is there's no scoring for phase 2, but is it a pass and fail for phase 2?
Phase 2, we have testing that we are still determining which testing that we are going to use to determine knowledge of office procedures, clerical duties, and things of that sort. It's like database entry duties, word processing, things of that sort. We're not sure at this time, I don't believe, what weight that is going to be. Is that correct, Brian? It would be.
Yeah, I guess I hadn't, I assumed it would be part of the 40% of the phase 1.
We should just note it then, if that is the case. So another question I have is on phase 3, if you can scroll down a little bit more, Michelle. You mentioned the final score is 40% written exam, 60% oral board exam, plus veterans preference points. How many preference points? What's the maximum allowable veteran points are you allotting for this exam?
The maximum that we can allot is 10 points.
Well, let's make a
veteran
note of that
preference.
in this exam plan. So we'll say that phase 2 is part of the 40% score of phase in phase 1, and then and I'm not too sure, in terms of it will be also passing score 70%, right? Just like in phase 1, Brian, Chief.
Yes.
All right, and then in for the veteran points, we'll allot up to 10 points, total points for and so the total maximum score for this whole exams will be 110 points. Am I correct?
It could be, yes, depending on how many veterans preference points would be added at the end of the testing.
Okay.
If someone would score 100% through these phases, and then veterans points would be added, that is correct.
Okay. Well, with that understanding, I will move that this exam plans be moved for approval.
We have a motion to approve the firefighter exam. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Okay.
Motion passes.
Okay. And I'm going to stop sharing this document for a moment. I do have one additional edit on the lateral FPO exam plan that's in your packet. So I'm going to bring up a new document here. Okay. So you should see right now, this is the lateral fire prevention officer exam plan and process. It's open to both internal and external candidates. The posting date is May 10th, and the closing date is May 24th at 5 p.m. So it looks like we've got phase 1 here, and it varies just slightly from the previous phase 1. There were some corrections made to the exam plan.
My question for this exam plan is on phase one. Is this, there's no scoring, but it's just a mandatory passing phase where the candidate must meet the minimum qualification in order to pass, right? And then the
Yes,
only
that is
scoring
correct.
is phase two.
Yes, so the phase one is just the application review, and passing through based on these minimum qualifications listed. And then phase two is going to be the oral board.
Got it. And oral board consists of 10 questions in those 4 areas, with a total of 30 minutes for each oral interview. That will be, I suppose, 3 minutes per question. Okay,
Yes, and they're rated the 25% on communication skills, compassion and service orientation, critical thinking and problem solving, and working with the public. So, total of 100%, and they must have a 70% minimum passing score.
am I saying it correctly, or am I making the right assumption here? The 30 minutes each, is that for each area, like 30 minutes for communication skills, questions, and 30 minutes for compassion, service orientation, and so forth? Or is it 30 minutes for the entire oral board interview?
Well, I was on the oral board for several of the police departments. And it was a 30-minute eat for the whole thing. I couldn't imagine anyone answering questions, on each subject matter for 30 minutes. Some candidates, you can't get hardly 15 minutes of conversation with them.
Yeah, I think the intent is 30 minutes with each candidate.
Each candidate, got it. Just want to get basically just one clarification. And then same thing for the veterans preference points is up to 10 points, right?
Yes, correct.
Assuming the entire exam is for 100 points, okay. Got it.
right.
I don't have any other questions, unless Commissioner Chuck, do you have any others?
I don't have any questions, so I'll move that we approve the plan for thank you, the lateral fire prevention officer exam plan and process. All those in-
A second motion?
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay. And that's all we have for approval for this evening. And we should
Michelle,
go back.
did we have a chance
should go back to
to review the and adopt the meeting minutes for the last meeting? The
yes,
March
I will
meeting?
go back to that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna fast scroll.
No worries. Yeah.
And these are the meeting minutes from the March 21st, 2024 meeting.
You have questions?
I review the minutes. I don't have any questions, neither do I have any comment. I'm good with making a motion if you're ready.
Ready
Commissioner
for
Trout?
motion. Ready for motion.
I move that the March 21st, 2024 meeting minutes be approved for adoption.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Right.
Motion passes.
Thank you for chairing the meeting. Sorry for running late due to my technical issues with the equipment with Zoom.
No worries. I've done that too many times myself to criticize anybody.
So we are able to basically proceed with the quorum, assuming that we are 2 members and then you have 50% quorum. Is that how
No.
we did?
She was able to do a conditional approval. And then we would have followed up with motions in our next meeting to
Excellent,
officially adopt those conditional approvals.
excellent. Thank you. Michelle, you have any other items on the agenda you want to bring forth?
I don't have any other items on the agenda to bring forth, but I will say, I did get a meeting notice for a interview, hopefully with a third commissioner. So looking
I
forward
heard,
to
yeah.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
really looking forward to that. It's about
Chief
time.
Hurley, John, Chief Wicks, do you have any updates you wanted to share?
Go ahead, Chief Hurley.
Thanks, John. Yeah, I mentioned at our last meeting, we do have 3 employees retiring at the end of June. One of them, 2 paramedics, and one of them is our fire prevention officer, which you authorized the exam plan for tonight. We had opened that previously to internal candidates only and didn't get applications. So this one will allow us to open it up to the outside for qualified candidates. And then just to finish up, 2 of our newest employees, Zach Robertson is back from the fire academy in North Bend. He had spent a couple months up there. And we soon have Scott Morrison completing his academy here in Thurston County, and we'll have him back on duty as well. So glad to get some of those new hires through their training and get them back so we can continue with our Tumwater training. And that's all I have tonight.
Great to hear. I want to condemn both you and Chief, the police chief. What's your name? I'm having a senior moment, but I just wanted to commend you on having those posts on Facebook where you show those individuals and show appreciation for having them. I think that goes a long way of showing that the city cares.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, well, I will go with my update. It's a little bit longer. First, off the PSS2 list that you approved tonight, we have made an offer to one of the people from that list. She accepted yesterday, and she'll be starting with the department on June 17th. She'll be moving here from Dallas, Texas. So we're looking forward to having her join the team. And then as far as the police department patrol staff, we currently have 1 officer in the field training program just starting phase 2. And then we have 2 officers in the basic law enforcement academy right now. We have another officer who is waiting to start the basic law enforcement academy. His start date just moved up again. We found out this week. So we're looking at, he'll be starting June 4th. And then we currently have 3 openings. Like Brian said, we are also losing 1 officer to retirement at the end of June. So in June, we'll have 4 openings. So those are my updates.
Well, thank you, Chief. It was generally pretty good news. Retirement, although we're losing out of retirement, but it's good news for him or her who is a retirement.
Yes.
Yeah. Well-deserved retirement.
It's good to know.
Yeah. All righty, last thing is the next meeting dates, 6/13. This June 6th, 13th to 2024. So if there are any concerns with that date,
But I know of, I should work for me.
it'll work for me, so.
Hopefully we'll
months
have
after
a
that,
new
I'm not
member
sure.
join us then. A new commissioner joining us then.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yep.
So, seeing nothing else of the good of the order, we'll adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, commissioners.
You guys
Guys.
have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Thank you.